Father, as this day begins, I come to you quietly, just as I am. I do not come pretending to be strong when I feel tired. I do not come with everything figured out. I come with a heart that needs you, a mind that has been carrying too much, and a spirit that is asking for strength before anything else. Lord, you see the weight I woke up with. You see the thoughts moving through me before my feet even touch the floor. You see the pressure, the uncertainty, the hidden fear, the private places where I have been trying to hold myself together. So before I step into this day, I pause here with you. I let myself breathe. I let myself settle. And I ask you to meet me right here, in this quiet moment, with the strength that only you can give. Lord, if I am honest, I do not always feel ready for what today may bring. Some days I wake up with courage, and some days I wake up already tired. Some days my heart feels steady, and other days my heart feels fragile before the day has even begun. But even here, even in this imperfect place, I know you are still with me. I know I am not facing this day alone. I know I did not arrive here by accident, and I believe you have led me to this moment for a reason. Maybe I need this prayer more than I even know. Maybe you are already preparing my heart, calming what feels unsettled, and strengthening what has felt weak. So I place this beginning in your hands. I place my thoughts, my plans, my conversations, my responsibilities, and even the things I cannot control into your care. I do not want to rush ahead of your peace. I do not want to begin today leaning on my own understanding when your wisdom is so much greater than mine. Give me strength for what is in front of me, Lord. Not just the kind of strength that looks strong on the outside, but the deep, steady kind of strength that holds me when I feel stretched thin. Strength for the emails, the decisions, the work, the waiting, the conversations, and the responsibilities that cannot be avoided. Strength for the moments when I have to keep going even if I feel overwhelmed. Strength for the times when I need wisdom instead of panic, patience instead of frustration, and faith instead of fear. When I feel myself becoming tense, remind me to pause. When I feel myself beginning to worry, remind me to pray. When I feel myself wanting to carry everything alone, remind me that I was never meant to carry it all by myself. You are my helper. You are my source. You are my refuge, and you are enough for me today. And Lord, I ask you to strengthen my faith too. Because sometimes the harder part is not the work itself, but the thoughts that come with it. Sometimes it is not the schedule that wears me down, but the uncertainty, the wondering, the quiet questions that sit in the background and say, what if this does not work? What if I fall behind? What if I do not have enough? What if I am not ready? Father, I bring those questions to you without shame. I lay them down gently. I do not need to pretend I am never afraid. I just need to know that you are bigger than every fear I carry. Strengthen my faith so that when I do not see the whole picture, I still trust the one who does. Strengthen my faith so that when I do not know what comes next, I can still believe that you are already there. Strengthen my faith so that I do not measure your care by my circumstances, but by your faithful character, which never changes. Father, let peace settle over my mind as I begin. Let my breathing slow down. Let the noise inside me become quiet. Let every anxious thought that is trying to rush me be replaced with a deeper sense of trust. I am asking you for a calm mind, a clear heart, a steady spirit. I am asking you to guard me from moving too quickly and reacting too strongly. Help me respond with grace. Help me speak with kindness. Help me walk with wisdom. Help me remember that not every problem needs to be solved in a single moment. Not every burden needs to be carried in one breath. Teach me how to take this day one step at a time, one moment at a time, one prayer at a time. And as I move forward into this day, Lord, I ask you to walk closely with me in the ordinary moments, not just the big ones. Be present in the quiet tasks, the unnoticed efforts, the small decisions that still shape my day. Sometimes I overlook how much these little moments matter, but you see all of it. You see the effort I give when no one else is watching. You see the patience I try to hold on to when I feel stretched. You see the restraint, the kindness, the quiet endurance. Remind me that nothing I do with a sincere heart is ever wasted. Even the smallest act of faith matters to you. There may be moments today when I feel discouraged, when something does not go as planned, or when I feel misunderstood or overlooked. In those moments, Lord, help me not to shut down or give up. Help me not to let frustration take over my heart. Instead, gently remind me to come back to you, to breathe, to reset, to remember that one difficult moment does not define the whole day. Give me the strength to keep going, even when it would be easier to withdraw. Give me the courage to stay soft-hearted in a world that sometimes feels hard. And Lord, when I interact with others today, guide my words. Sometimes I speak too quickly. Sometimes I carry stress into conversations without realizing it. Help me slow down enough to listen. Really listen. Help me see people the way you see them, with compassion instead of judgment, with patience instead of irritation. If someone around me is struggling in ways I cannot see, help me respond with grace. If someone tests my patience, help me choose understanding instead of reaction. Let my presence bring calm instead of tension. Let my words bring life instead of pressure. Father, I also bring my responsibilities before you. The things I need to get done, the expectations placed on me, the goals I am trying to reach. Sometimes it feels like there is too much, like I am always catching up, always trying to stay ahead of something. That constant pressure can quietly wear me down. So right now, I place my work in your hands. Help me focus on what truly matters. Help me do what I can with a steady heart, without being overwhelmed by everything at once. Remind me that I do not have to be perfect. I just have to be faithful with what is in front of me. And if there are things today that I cannot control, I release them to you now. The outcomes I cannot predict, the responses I cannot manage, and the timing that feels uncertain. I let go of trying to force everything into place. I let go of the need to have all the answers before I begin. Instead, I choose to trust that you are already working behind the scenes, even when I cannot see it. You are arranging things in ways I do not fully understand. You are opening doors, closing others, and guiding me step by step. Lord, I also lift up the people I care about. My family, my friends, the ones who are on my mind this morning. You know what they are facing, even if I do not. You know the burdens they are carrying, the questions they are holding, and the quiet struggles they may not even talk about. I ask that you cover them with your peace today. Strengthen them where they feel weak. Encourage them where they feel discouraged. Protect them in ways I cannot. And if there is any way I can be a source of encouragement to someone today, show me. Give me the awareness to notice and the willingness to respond. And Father, in the middle of everything, help me not to lose sight of you. It is easy to start the day with good intentions and then slowly drift into distraction, stress, and forgetfulness. But I do not want to move through this day disconnected from you. Keep my heart anchored, even in busy moments, even in stressful situations. Gently pull my attention back to you. Let short prayers rise naturally from within me. Quiet reminders that you are near. Quiet whispers that I am not alone. And even now, as I sit here in this moment, I can feel how much I need that reminder that I am not alone. Not for 1 second of this day. Not in the moments when I feel confident, and not in the moments when I feel unsure. You are steady, Lord. You are constant. You do not come and go with my emotions. You do not disappear when my faith feels small. You remain, and that truth alone begins to quiet something deep inside me. So I choose to lean into that today. Not perfectly, not with flawless faith, but with a willing heart. When I feel uncertain, I will remind myself that you are certain. When I feel weak, I will remember that your strength is not limited by mine. When I feel like I am not enough, I will hold on to the truth that you are more than enough for me. I do not have to carry the pressure of being everything. I only need to stay close to you. Lord, help me to release the habit of overthinking every detail before I even begin. Sometimes my mind runs ahead, trying to solve tomorrow before today has even started. It leaves me feeling drained before I have even taken a step forward. But right now, I gently bring my thoughts back to this breath, back to this moment, back to your presence. Today has enough of its own concerns, and you have already promised to be with me through each one. So I let go of what has not happened yet. I loosen my grip on the what-ifs. I choose to trust you with the unknown. And if something unexpected happens today, something I did not plan for, something that shakes my sense of control, I ask for a calm response instead of a fearful one. Help me to pause before reacting. Help me to breathe before assuming the worst. Help me to remember that even interruptions can carry purpose. Even delays can have meaning. And even challenges can become places where you meet me in a deeper way. I do not want to live this day on edge. I want to live it grounded, steady, and aware that you are guiding me even when things do not go the way I expected. Father, teach me how to carry myself with quiet confidence, not because everything is easy, but because I trust you. Let that confidence shape the way I walk, the way I speak, and the way I respond. Let it soften my anxiety. Let it quiet the need to prove myself. Let it free me from constantly seeking approval or fearing judgment. My identity is not found in how perfectly I perform today. It is found in being yours. And that truth gives me space to breathe again. I also ask for moments of stillness throughout the day. Small pauses where I can reconnect with you, even if just for a few seconds. In between tasks, in between conversations, in between responsibilities, remind me to slow down, even briefly. Those moments matter. They restore me. They reset my heart. They remind me that I am not just moving through a list of things to do, but walking through a day that you have given me, moment by moment. And Lord, as the day unfolds, help me to notice the good. Sometimes I move so quickly that I miss the small blessings right in front of me. A kind word, a quiet moment, a simple breath of peace. Open my eyes to those things. Let gratitude rise naturally within me, even in the middle of a busy or imperfect day. Gratitude changes the way I experience everything. It shifts my focus from what is lacking to what is already present. And there is more good around me than I often realize. And as this prayer begins to settle into my heart, Lord, I feel something shifting. Not everything, but enough to remind me that I do not have to carry this day the way I was trying to before. The tightness begins to loosen. The heaviness feels a little lighter. And even if nothing around me has changed yet, something within me is becoming steadier. That is your presence. Quiet, gentle, real. So I hold on to that as I step forward. I do not rush away from this moment. I take this peace with me, even if it feels small. I let it guide the pace of my thoughts. I let it soften my reactions. I let it remind me that I can move through this day differently, not driven by pressure, but grounded in trust. And if I lose that feeling along the way, I know I can come back to you again, over and over, as many times as I need. You never turn me away. Lord, I also ask for strength in the hidden places, the places no one else sees. The moments when I feel discouraged but keep going anyway. The quiet battles in my mind. The effort it takes just to stay focused, to stay hopeful, to stay patient. You see all of it. You understand the energy it takes to keep showing up. And I ask that you meet me there, in those unseen spaces, and renew me from the inside out. Not just once, but throughout the day. And when the day begins to wind down later, I want to look back without regret weighing me down. Not because everything went perfectly, but because I walked through it with you. Because I chose trust when I could have chosen fear. because I chose patience when I could have reacted, because I remembered, even if just in small ways, that I was not alone. Let that be enough. Let grace cover the places where I fall short. Let peace replace any lingering tension I try to carry into the evening. Father, I seal this day in your hands before it even fully begins. Every step, every conversation, every decision, every unknown outcome, I place it all under your care. Go before me. Walk beside me. Stay within me. Let your strength be the foundation I stand on, and let your peace be the atmosphere I move through. I trust you with what I can see, and I trust you with what I cannot. And for anyone else listening, anyone who needed this moment just as much as I did, I ask that you cover them too. Meet them right where they are. Fill the spaces in their heart that feel empty or tired. Remind them that they are seen, that they are held, that they are not forgotten. Let this moment of prayer reach deeper than words, bringing real comfort, real calm, real strength. If this prayer brought even a small sense of peace, I gently encourage sharing it with someone else who might need it today. A simple message, a quiet gesture, it can carry more hope than we realize. And if there is something on your heart, something you are carrying into this day, you can leave it in the comments, not as a burden, but as a way of letting it go and inviting others to stand with you in prayer. Lord, thank you for meeting me here. Thank you for staying with me as I move forward. I do not walk into this day empty. I walk into it covered in your peace, strengthened by your presence, and held by your faithfulness. And that is enough. That is more than enough. I rest in that truth now, quietly, deeply, without hurry. Amen.